Okay, yes, sir. And welcome back.
Good to be here, Dr. Schmidt. I'm John Simpson. I am a shareholder. I am also director of Consumer Watchdog's Privacy Project. I'm wearing our Google tracking jacket. Last year, some of you may recall, we tracked you around the parking lot.
I remember the ice cream machine.
The ice cream machine in Washington and so on, where we tracked folks through the Hart office building. But I'm by myself today. I do have a pair of Y-Spy glasses I could give you if you wanted them, but that's another thing. I have two serious questions relating to Google Glass. You are seeing that as one of the greatest things to come down the pike. We have some serious doubts. We see it as perhaps unleashing one of the most privacy-intrusive, perhaps even Orwellian devices ever. Users will be able to surreptitiously photograph and video us as we unsuspectingly go about our business or our kids as they play in a neighborhood park. Google Glass is a voyeur's dream come true. But ironically, as I read the rules of today's meeting, I couldn't have worn a pair in here. You don't allow photography or taking video. I mean, it seems to me to be a little bit hypocritical to sort of actively abet and aid possible privacy violations by so many others outside, but so jealously to protect your own privacy. Which brings me to the question. Will you offer people who have been photographed or videoed with Google Glass without their permission the ability to have those images removed from Google's database and not be used for advertising and marketing purposes? Much like you will allow images to be blurred on Street View if I don't want my home to be shown. So will there be some policy that if I find out Glass video has been taken of me in an intrusive way, can I get it removed from your database?
Yeah, I think there's a number of questions there. How many of you have a cell phone on you today? So most people. That has a camera on it and it's in the room. So I think, as a society, obviously there are cameras everywhere today. We've seen a lot of this kind of concern over unreleased products. I remember the day when we released Gmail, people were very, very worried about it. Yeah. And we see this as a kind of a constant thing. We have products that are announced but not yet in the hands of lots of people. People worry about all sorts of things that actually when we use the product, we don't find to be a big concern. So, I have Google Glass. I love using it. I love taking pictures of my kids. And I think, it makes that process easier. I think we've gone to some pains to make sure we pay attention to the privacy issues around that and so on. But, in Google, where we have lots of these out in the wild, when you go into the bathroom, you don't, collapse in terror that someone might be wearing glass into the bathroom, just like you don't collapse in terror that somebody might be holding up their cell phone as they go into the bathroom. It's just not that big a deal. So I would just encourage you all not to try to create fear and concern about technological change until it's actually out there and people are using it and they understand the issues. I think we get much better outcomes.
You had a second question?
The second question relates to someone who would be using Glass in a way where the subject knows that they're being photographed. They're happy with it and so on. But down the road, for whatever reason, the person does not want that video anymore. Are they going to be able to remove that from the Google database, or
I think
is it there forever?
That's a more general question about whether you should have the right to control what other people do with your image or whatever, and I think that's a pretty complex question.
I'm talking about me as the user who's put it up. It's my video. Now I've changed my mind and I don't want it there anymore. Can I take it down? I'll put it another way. It would be analogous to being able to send with Google Glass a do not track message, and if that were sent, then would Google honor it?
Look, in general, we try to make sure that any way users can control their own information or information they've created, that's a value we have, so that's consistent with that, but you're getting into very specific scenarios.
Okay, thank you very much.